For the first 42 years of my life I knew nothing about being ill, being sick, growing old. And then I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. Suddenly I was ill. I was sick. I was in pain and suffered from pass-out fatigue, passing out, coming to and feeling as if I should pass out again for 2 years. Then I seemed to get better for the following 2 years, but that did not last. Over the next decade, various symptoms reoccurred. It's been 25 years now and I've settled into a milder form of MS. Milder, but still there. I know people with MS on scooters, in wheelchairs, or even bedridden. I can still walk with the help of my cane. Our dog is very patient when we walk. We walk. We sit. We walk. We sit. He even lies down when I sit, especially because this July has been so freaking hot that he is happy to rest in the shade. While initially sick, I noticed that many well people didn't understand what I was going through, just as for 42 years I did not understand what sick people were going through. So I didn't really expect those who weren't battling chronic illness to understand me. I barely understood myself. But over time, I learned lessons about what it meant to be chronically ill and I became a more empathetic person. About 8 years ago, I developed what's known as a new daily persistent headache, NDPH. Imagine having a headache for a day or two. It hurts and you just want it to disappear. Well, imagine having one 24/7 for 8 years. And I know people who have had it for 10, 15, 20, 25 years. It just never, ever goes away. Like MS, there is no cure for it. However, with MS, some people take meds that help stabilize their condition or that combat various symptoms. I've been fortunate in that I haven't need meds for my MS. I have tried numerous meds for my NDPH to no avail. It's just there 24/7. It is exhausting. I'm tired of being in pain and I'm tired of being tired, even after a decent night's sleep. But there's nothing I can do about it, so I walk the dog and I managed to write 3 novels over the last 8 years, www.paulima.com to read about them. Now I'm dealing with a third factor. It's called aging. I'm 68. I know people my age and older who are in great shape and doing stuff. But my age, coupled with MS and NDPH, has really slowed me down. For instance, I have an idea for another novel but I can't focus on it. I do nothing around the house, other than take out the garbage. I don't cook, other than make myself peanut butter sandwiches for breakfast. I'm still able to blog a bit and walk the dog, but I've been long, and prematurely, retired, from training and corporate writing. I guess the big question is this: what do I do for the next however many years? Walk the dog, watch good TV and movies, eat well, but try not to get fat, and do a bit of blogging. I'm actually talking this blog using speech to text and will convert it into a talk using text to speech. So my bottom line is this: I feel like crap. But I try to maintain a positive attitude because I have a choice. I can feel like crap and be miserable, or I can feel like crap and be as positive as possible as I mingle with the community of people who, like me, are not well. We find each other on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And every Monday I meet on Zoom with a group of guys who have MS. We chat about our illness and its implications, meds and diets, and even about life beyond MS. After all, you can't just fixate on being sick. If you are a man with MS and want to meet, go to Facebook and join the MS Men, Multiple Sclerosis Support Group for Men, where you will find information about the group. I started by saying that for the first 42 years of my life I knew nothing about being sick. Well, for the last 25 plus years of my life, I have known nothing but being sick. I've had good support from my wife, sister, and a couple of close friends. But I've also drifted away from many, many people, or they've drifted away from me, because I can't be who I was. And hey, I understand that. If you're well, you know nothing about being ill and so you move on with your life, as I have moved on with mine. I get it. I know some chronically ill people who are pissed off because people who were in their lives are no longer there. To them I say this, it's understandable. They're not ill and they don't know how to deal with you, as you probably didn't know how to deal with sick people when you were well. And hey, if you did, congratulations. You're a bigger person than I was. Or you work in healthcare. Let's face it, we all come to an end one day. Ideally, we'd like to be in great shape right up until that day, but hospitals are full of people who aren't in great shape. Fact is, I'm not in a hospital. I still have a life. It's not the life I had, but it is a life. I'm still not used to it, but I accept it. Heck, what choice do I have? Not accept it and what? Rant. Yell. Scream. Hey, I have nothing against screaming into a pillow every now and then. You are, I am, only human. If you are chronically ill, may I suggest that you try to find something that you can do to occupy time in a manner that feels productive to you. After all, that is what life is, occupying time. As for me, writing this is my way of keeping on. As is walking my dog, having nice meals, that my wife cooks, and settling down with good videos. And yes, there are times when I'm bored out of my tree. I just close my eyes and hope sleep takes me. Or I play some games on my tablet. Or learn a new skill, like speech to text. Anyway, that's my story. If you are well, I hope you found this interesting and perhaps a bit informative. If you're sick, maybe it reflects your experience. Perhaps you found it a bit motivational or just plain dumb, which is okay by me. After all, it's all subjective. Either way, sick or well, if you have something to say about what I wrote, feel free to comment. Perhaps your thoughts will help motivate me. I'm all ears.